Well, I think I might have been under a rock when this one came out. Apparently, there was a massive gold heist that was conducted here in Canada, where I live. Not so far from where I am. I'm gonna read this article. This is CNN. This is kind of hilarious. So get out of here. Uh, this is Canada's gold heist inside one of the biggest thefts of the annals of in the annals of crime. So the largest gold heist in Canadian history was carried out with remarkable ease. A fraudulent shipping document for a load of farm-raised Scottish salmon was used to brazenly snatch 14.5 million in gold bars and nearly 2 million in banknotes. The previous cargo arrived at the precious cargo arrived at Toronto Pearson International Airport from Zurich, Switzerland, a year ago last Wednesday. It was hauled nearby to a secure Air Canada cargo warehouse, where hours later, a hulking white box truck backed into a loading dock. The truck driver wore dark clothing, a high visibility vest, and a face mask. See, you can wear face masks now, thanks to thanks to the vid. Nobody says anything about it, so it's a perfect time for heists. I don't know if you weren't into heists, now might be the time to consider getting into heists. Just saying. He stepped out with a clipboard holding a duplicate of a consignment bill for a seafood shipment picked up the previous day. A forklift loaded a tightly sealed container into the back of the 5-ton truck, where the driver nudged the load with his body to make sure it was secure. He pulled down the rear door and drove away. Easy peasy. How easy is that? $16.5 million worth of cargo, and away you go. This story is a sensational one. Peel Regional Police Chief Nishan, long name, said Wednesday in announcing charges against 9 suspects in the heist, one which he jokingly says belongs in a Netflix series. So the heist actually was a sophisticated caper, allegedly involving Air Canada insiders. It morphed into an international operation that, in the words of one official, worked a kind of reverse alchemy to turn gold into guns trafficked from the U.S. intended for use by criminals on the streets of Canada. This Canada's not really. There's not much. It's not that whole overwhelmingly abundant amount of crime in Canada. So I don't know about that, but okay. This isn't just about gold. This is about how gold becomes guns, said the official Nando, head of the Peel Regional Government, which is responsible for the airport. It turns into people who are harmed or killed. In September, the man who allegedly drove the truck in the gold theft was arrested following a traffic stop in Pennsylvania with a cache of 65 guns. That's always the way it goes. Like, these people aren't super sophisticated. These heists sound pretty sophisticated, but they really aren't. And then these guys always get caught in the stupidest way. They're either speeding, they're doing something else stupid. They get caught in some other way, and then maybe they roll on their buddies and whatnot. I don't know, but anyways, a cache of 65 guns purchased in Florida and Georgia with proceeds from gold melted down after the heist that he allegedly intended to smuggle into Canada. Keeping those guns off the streets of Canada saved lives without a doubt. Blah 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 said. This is a dotted line to people's well-being anywhere in this country where those firearms ended up. Details of the heist were gleaned from statements and interviews with Canadian and U.S. law enforcement officials, court documents, and surveillance footage and images released by police. So, yeah. Wow. So, theft rivals Canada's Great Maple Syrup heist. I don't know if you heard of this one, but this happened before. So, in the annals of Canadian crime, only the Great Maple Syrup heist of 2012, in which millions of dollars worth of the sweet stuff were stolen from a warehouse holding Quebec's strategic syrup reserves. I swear to God, people will find a way, no matter what. They'll find a way to steal stuff. Syrup. Okay, well, a lot of money, I guess. Garnered as much attention around the world. This heist was the subject of an episode on a Netflix series. I didn't see that one, but maybe I got to check it out now. The gold heist is almost out of an Ocean's 11 movie or CSI. Patrick Brown, the mayor of Brampton, a city near Toronto Pearson International Airport, said as he stood with a group of police officers and other elected officials in the front of the truck used in the last year's heist. Blah, blah, blah. The gold bars from a precious metals refining company in Switzerland were destined for a bank in Toronto. The banknotes were headed to the Vancouver Bullion and Currency Exchange. Okay, so at 6:32 p.m., the suspect in the white truck, as you can see in the picture here, arrived at the Air Canada warehouse with a copy of an airway bill that had been printed out earlier in the same at the same facility. So obviously, there's insiders, of course. Somebody can't print that out without, somebody working from the inside. The document said the shipment came from a seafood company in the United Kingdom that, according to the company website, specializes in the finest Atlantic salmon. Yeah, it's very fine salmon. It's gold standard salmon. Its destination was one of Canada's largest seafood distribution companies, which caters to luxury hotels and restaurants as well as chain and independent retailers. So, okay. Anyways, some details about that. Who cares? Okay. So 4 weeks after the heist, investigators leading what police dubbed Project 24 Karat. Ooh, clever guys. Painstakingly went over surveillance video from more than 200 businesses and residences along the side roads and highway route the truck had taken. We're trying to find businesses that their video cameras obviously are focused on the highway, but capture the highway in the background. And we could perhaps sometimes just see a little snippet of the truck passing by, and then we just kept following it. Every time the highway would meet a major intersection, we'd have to go to video of that intersection and see if the truck got off. If it didn't, we kept leapfrogging along, so it was very, very time consuming. Okay, so what makes me laugh about this is, well, I'll end there because it goes on and on and on. What makes me laugh about this is the lengths they'll go to, investigate a crime like this because it's money, because it's a big bank, because it's people that are rich and powerful and such. But they won't go that route when it comes to, small ball or, people, or even even murders and things like that, where, after what they say, it goes cold, a few, maybe a few weeks or something like that, it goes into the cold files, they just stop. But with this, man, they'll throw the book at this thing. They'll go after these guys. This is $16.5 million worth of gold and banknotes that some institution could easily write off. But no, they're going after it. So I just thought this was pretty funny. This is, if you're into gold heists, well, we might be an easy markup here in Canada. Just saying.